How do you like the new PBA?
The new PBA Tour is already crowned first-time champions. Kurt Pilon and Patrick Allen.
Well, I just tried to do it because you said I couldn't, and here I am, and there you are.
And we've recrowned Hall of Famer Pete Weber.
I'm back, and I am PDW.
With emotions like this, who will be the next PBA champion? Find out tonight. It's the PBA Tour live on ESPN. We're in North Brunswick, New Jersey, just 25 miles from Midtown Manhattan for the Johnny Petraglia Open on the eve of Halloween. First-time finalist Brian Kretzer will try to add his name to the list of new champions this year. But first we'll have to defeat veteran Dave Traber in the wild card. The winner advances to face Steve Jaros in the semifinals. He won the Chattanooga Open in '99 with a 300 game along the way. Our other semifinal match features the flamboyant Danny Wiseman. He'll meet the 33-time PBA champion, Hall of Famer Walter Ray Williams Jr., who's made it to the TV finals for the third straight week. The PBA Tour rolls on next. Brunswick, New Jersey, the Brunswick Zone Carolier, the 11th consecutive year that this venue has hosted a PBA stop. Pete Weber won the inaugural back in '91. Great gallery of champions, including Ricky Ward, Norm Duke, Brian Voss, Doug Kent, and Walter Ray Williams Jr., who's won the event 3 times and is shooting for a 4th. Can he back-to-back twice? We check the Bayer brackets with Randy.
Our first match, our wild card match, Dave Traber going against rookie Brian Kretzer. That winner will advance to meet Steve Jaros. In our other semifinal match, Walter Ray Williams Jr. and Danny Wiseman.
The wild card, of course, is the man with the best match play record that didn't qualify for the semifinals, so a battle of right-handers. And the 38-year-old out of Woodstock, Illinois, looking for PBA title number 5, strikes in the first.
Dave Traber's bringing the heater with him tonight. He likes to throw it straight and hard. Our first look at Brian Kretzer, 35-year-old rookie.
And he opens up with a strike in the first.
Right away, we see a big difference between the line Dave Traber's playing and the line that Brian Kretzer's playing. Brian Kretzer's the deep inside line. Dave Traber throwing it much straighter.
Said the key, Brian did, to making it through had to be that match last night. It was a dandy against Chris Barnes, huh?
Chris Barnes opened in the 10th frame, opened the door for Brian. Brian needed the first strike in the 10th frame to advance, and he did it. That ball was what we call high flush.
Let's check the footwork here.
Deep inside line, sliding into the left gutter.
My imagination, or does he have different colored toes?
It's different color shoes. His left shoe being a slide shoe, and his right shoe is a traction shoe.
After a strike in the first.
Give him the heater, Ricky. Dave Traber, man, he gets up there and just fires it.
Told us last night the key was just making the top 32. After that, he just played his own game and defeated Parker Bone, who's here tonight in the crowd and watching.
Well, you know, the thing about getting into the top 32 is if you don't make it, you don't get the match play. Once you're in the match play, anything can happen. As you can see, he smoked Parker 3-0.
Lost out, as you saw, in the round of 8 to Danny Wiseman. But
He's here tonight, but you know, Danny Wiseman did bowl two 300 games against Dave last night. That's kind of tough to beat.
Double and 8.
Brian Kretzer double working. Third frame. Just watch the deep inside line and watch this footwork.
Can you throw it any? Jesus.
Unusual footwork to say the least, huh?
Yeah, not real happy with that shot. Ball dressed high. Getting a break, just leaving the 3-6. He'll move left on the approach to give him more angle to cover this spare.
There's the two-tone look. Ask Brian, who hails from Dayton, Ohio, to describe what some would say was that Fred Astaire approach. Others might say, hey, it was Michael Jackson in the moonwalk.
Well, it's a combination of taking 7 steps originally in my normal approach, but I get a stutter in there at times. I get going too slow or my timing gets messed up a little bit. And to compensate not stuttering, get out of timing, I just add steps. And as long as my swing falls in when it's supposed to, it doesn't matter how many steps I take to get to that point. It's essentially just getting there. It's a timing mechanism.
I'm sorry, Jim, the keeper, Brian Kretzer, forget about how many steps he's taken. It could be 20. The bottom line is when the ball enters the swing with the right foot, playing in between the 5th and 6th arrow on the left side, 27th board.
Speaking of timing, how do you spend his day? Well, he's also a loan processor.
So he spends most of his days working.
Traber on track.
Dave Traber went high on this left lane in the 3rd frame. Normally most people would move left. Dave Traber's adjustment is just more speed.
How did he get ready for this Johnny Petraglia Open? He went back and looked at old tapes, and he worked on lane conditions that would, in his mind, be identical to what he expected here, but he worked at 39, not 40 feet.
Well, you know, Jimmy also got trapped. The last couple of years he's been trying to hook it, which just isn't his game. Like you said, he looked at tapes. He went home, he went back to what he does best, by going straight.
Gets his leverage off that right foot. Said he's been struggling a little bit of late. Winning tonight would mean everything. 40,000 to our champion, but that's still about 90 minutes away.
Those pins are going down easier than a French prize fighter. And here's something else that goes down easy. Miller High Life Light. Beer frame after beer frame. After beer frame. You'll be glad there's also a lightweight to live. The High Life.
You're short of breath. There's pain in your chest. You may be having a heart attack. Now what do? Call an ambulance? Good. And take Bear Aspirin. It's now been proven that aspirin can do more than help prevent second heart attacks. Now Bear may actually help stop you from dying if you take it during a heart attack. Talk to your doctor now. Do you know where your Bear is? Bear. Take it for pain. Take it for life.
Hey, the Ovaltine man! Yeah!
No kid can resist the taste of rich chocolate Ovaltine.
This is so good! And chocolatey! This is great chocolate milk, is it, Nesquik? Get real. It's rich chocolate Ovaltine.
Kids love Ovaltine's rich chocolate taste. And Ovaltine adds vitamins and minerals that Nesquik powder doesn't. So why give them Nesquik when you can give them more? And there are more vitamins and minerals in Ovaltine.
Ovaltine rocks!
Ovaltine, please!
Little Jake needs to pick up the 10-pin to win the Junior League Championship.
Today's live ESPN coverage of the PBA Tour's Johnny Petraglia Open is being brought to you by Bayer Aspirin. Take it for pain, take it for life. By Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. And by Dexter, the #1 bowling shoe in the world. PBA Tours rolls live to North Brunswick, New Jersey. The PBA Hall of Famer, the Johnny Petraglia Open. When we left you, it was just about even, Kretzer and Traber. David left it open, or Brian was open in the 5th, then came back and struck in the 6th. David with a strike in the 6th. Folks are reacting to what they're seeing on the screen overhead.
One of the fans saw themselves on one of our screens and pretty surprised by that.
Look at the pin action there.
Yeah, Dave's throwing the heater. He's, you know, when the lanes are tough, a lot of times the best way to attack the lane condition is throwing it straight. Watch this pin action. He's got pins airborne. That was a big double for Dave in the 6th and 7th frame. Now Brian Kretzer working on a strike in the 6th.
Said the key to him for this match, one of the keys, Randy, would be the hand-eye coordination. And with his positioning, the hand is a lot closer to the eye with the ball.
Yeah, plus, great shot there, Brian. Plus, what Brian does, Jim, is he looks at the foul line instead of looking at the arrows. And what that does, he says, last night he told us it's easier for him to hit his target, bringing his target that much closer to him.
What did he say about his footwork? It's a walking debacle.
Yeah. He throws that little stutter step in there, that timing step, but the main thing you need to look at is once the ball enters the swing, that's where the timing kicks in. As long as it enters the swing at the right time with his right foot, he's going to be in pretty good time.
Well, you hit that one. I'll give you that. God.
Brian, you heard him say it. He overhit that shot. As you watch him play the extreme inside line, 29th board on the left side of the lane, and the ball didn't get far enough right because, like he said, he overhit it, which makes the ball grab the lane that much sooner. The ball never pushed far enough to the right.
His own words, I mean, he has a Chuck Knobloch-like problem, doesn't he?
Yeah, that little hitch in there, that little stutter step. But you know what? He's done quite well with that, and he's worked it out within his own game, and he allows it to work for him rather than against him.
And how Dave Traber has done on the PBA Tour this year in Peoria, the round of 64, missed the cut in Nashville, and ditto in Indy.
Taking it to him. Brian gave Dave Traber an opening, and Dave Traber took advantage of it. This ball is dead flush. And watch this reaction. Oh, yeah.
Parents are watching in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Melissa watching in Woodstock, Illinois.
Oh! Dave spelled a really smart game. When he didn't strike, he left him spares that he could make. This ball is going to be in the swish zone. That's where it's just a little bit right of the head pin.
When he missed the cut, Nashville and Indy, when he was having a problem this year, he was struggling. His arms would tighten up, and he said he couldn't repeat a shot ever.
It's hard to get it off your hand when you're tense. The pins react to when you're squeezing it or when you're grabbing it at the bottom of the swing. Went home, practiced real hard, practiced on tough lane conditions because that's what he knew he was going to be bowling on out here on tour.
after leaving the 8th open. Great story here because Brian is working on a scholarship fund that is named after his dad, Bob, who was known and loved by bowlers everywhere simply as Senior. But there are 2 young recipients, Lindy Coolis and Sean Burkett. In fact, Sean's going to Nebraska this year, and he's got a scholarship fund in his dad's name all set up.
Brian, it's a great thing that he's doing back home in Dayton, asking the players on tour to donate shirts, bowling balls, what have you. He auctions them off. And the recipients are the junior bowlers of Dayton.
Has a scholarship fund in the Dayton area for junior bowlers, and his goal eventually is to be able to pay for all 4 years of a college education. Mathematically, it is basically over. And Dave Traber will advance to face Steve Jaros in one of the semifinal matches. We've got Danny Wiseman, Walter Ray Williams in the first semifinal match coming up.
Brian Kretzer is going to take this experience with him for the remainder of the season. Learn from it, build on it. Obviously bowled a lot better than that to advance this far in the tournament.
Opened up with a double in 1 and 2.
Just a real solid game. He's only missed the pocket once. That was the 3rd frame. Strikes out, he can shoot 237.
Into the semifinal match. But he'll have a little bit of a wait because Wiseman and Hall of Famer Walter Ray Williams Jr. going for his 34th PBA title. And how about making the TV show 3 straight weeks now?
Doesn't surprise me.
With a shot at $40,000. Well, we know what Mom and Dad back in Wisconsin are doing, watching their son as he advances. We check the Bear brackets. Randy and I come right back live to North Brunswick, New Jersey. Stick around. Wiseman, Walter Ray next.
What should you do if you're having a heart attack? First, call an ambulance, then take Bear aspirin. Now aspirin may help stop you from dying when taken during a heart attack. Talk to your doctor now. Bear, take it for pain, take it for life.
Hey, the Ovaltine man! Yeah!
No kid can resist the taste of rich chocolate Ovaltine.
This is so good! And chocolatey! This is great chocolate milk. Is it Nesquik? Get real. It's rich chocolate Ovaltine.
Kids love Ovaltine's rich chocolate taste. And Ovaltine adds vitamins and minerals that Nesquik powder doesn't. So why give them Nesquik when you can give them more? And there are more vitamins and minerals in Ovaltine.
Ovaltine rocks!
Ovaltine, please!
Those pins are going down easier than a French prize fighter. And here's something else that goes down easy. Miller High Life Light. Beer frame after beer frame. After beer frame. You'll be glad there's also a lightweight to live. The High Life.
Attention inventors, call for your free Inventor's Kit, 877-800-0842, or visit us on the web at inventorshelpline.com.
You'll receive free confidential forms and useful information describing the invention process. And when you call right now, you'll also receive a free brochure which tells you how to begin to develop your new idea. So get the ball rolling. Pick up your phone right now and call for your free Inventor's Kit.
Call today toll-free for your free Inventor's Kit, 877-800-0842, or visit our website at inventorshelpline.com.
What should you do if you're having a heart attack? First, call an ambulance, then take Bear aspirin. Now aspirin may help stop you from dying when taken during a heart attack. Talk to your doctor now. Bear, take it for pain, take it for life.
Midtown Manhattan, New York City, and what a skyline on a nice Tuesday night. You come about 25 miles through the Lincoln or the Holland Tunnel to New Brunswick, New Jersey, and our Johnny Petraglia Open, where we got terrific action here. One of the matches is over, the wild card match. Traber and Kretzer, we're glad you're on board. We got a great semifinal match coming up as we welcome you back here with our 12-time PBA champion, Randy Peterson. Your humble bowling announcer is back with you. All right, Randy, the key to match number one.
Match number one, Brian Kretzer's reaction wasn't very good. A little bit right, it hung. Got it a little bit left, a little soft. It went Brooklyn. Dave Traber had the right idea. He went nice and straight, nice and hard, real direct. Kept the ball in the 1-3 pocket.
All right. Now, in our first semifinal match, you couldn't ask for two bowlers that were more dramatically different than...
Well, my guy's Walter Ray Williams, Jr. And unlike our ties, Walter's a little bit more laid back, kind of like his bowling shirt. You know, not a lot of flash. Walter relaxes by playing golf. He likes to pitch horseshoes. He's got a physics degree. But listen, let me tell you something. He's got 33 titles. He's a Hall of Famer. He's made 3 shows in a row.
My guy, Danny Wiseman. Exotic, different, off the wall, offbeat. He likes fast cars. He likes fast women. I mean, a month ago in Grand Rapids, he couldn't beat half the field. In fact, he couldn't even beat the Woodpeckers, which is a very good ladies' league right here in New Jersey, all right? But his clothing, well, it fits his personality. Like in the color of Halloween, you know? He's got the serpent on the back. He likes to strike fast, and he is dangerous.
Hey, enough talking. Let's get to the action. Let's go.
You ready? Let's get
ready.
it on. Danny Wiseman up against Walter Ray Williams, Jr.
Check out that shirt. All right. That's a nice little break to start off with, tripping the 4, only leaving the 9 pin. This ball's going to drift just slightly high, catching too much of the head pin. A little love tap on the 4. Is it safe to say that Danny's shirt is in fuego?
Absolutely, and that's one of the more sedate ones. All right-handers. Now the man that's 42 years of age, the right-hander out of Ocala, Florida. Wife Paige is here again. 3 straight weeks he's made the TV show.
Dead eye is dead on right out of the gate.
Said the key to getting through the round of 32, then 16, and the round of 8, bowl well, got some breaks, and is throwing the ball a little bit firmer, a little bit harder, at least in the qualifying, huh?
Yeah, he said he had to speed up this week. Anytime you throw the ball faster, the ball's going to go straighter. We saw Dave Traber do it in our first match. Walter's using a page right out of Dave's book. Leaves a pocket 7-10, just a terrible break. Normally on a hit like that, you either get 9 or you strike. Walter pays the ultimate penalty. Watch this, since the head pin goes to the sidewall, normally it'll come across and get the 10 pin. It just lays right in the left gutter.
That's it.
So the door is wide open for the Baltimore man, 34 years of age. All right-handers tonight. First time we've not had a left-hander in the final 5. Said the key for Danny was simply taking the week off. I mean, he went back and regrouped, looked at the videotape, and changed his footwork.
Changed his game and moved a step. There we see that hang on the right lane that Brian Kretzer had. Danny actually took a week off.
He was burnt out. I mean, he was fried. He was about a half step away for Sunnydale Happy Home.
Yeah, he really was. He wasn't feeling too well. But he actually, Danny was a 5-step approach for the last 5 or 6 years. He took a step out. He's back to a 4-step approach.
like to say, feet don't fail me now. We got a bowling shoe and a sneaker.
Yeah, he's got a problem with the big toe on his right foot. He's using a tennis shoe for comfort. And there's the reaction Danny was looking for. Part of the reason why he went to 4 steps is it helps his hand rotate around the ball a lot easier, creating more back end. And obviously, when you have back end, you have pin action.
Always says the key in that first 3 frames, just don't throw bad shots. Don't second guess yourself. Just mentally give yourself a shot.
And he hasn't made a bad shot yet, although he does have an open frame in the second. Definitely wasn't his fault. Walter told us last night he feels like he's throwing it a little bit better. Physically, he's feeling better, and he's basically elevated his game to the tough condition out here.
Great success here at the Brunswick Zone Carolier. I mean, it's used to be a wood surface when he was winning back-to-back there. Synthetic now.
Went from wood to synthetic, which changes the whole game. Synthetics react a lot different than wood because the oil on synthetics is actually, it sits on top of the lane a lot better. When you have wood lanes, the oil tends to get absorbed into the wood. The surface with synthetics is a much better, much fresher surface.
Danny, spare, open, strike. Worked with Bill Hall on the new footwork. I mean, he took the time off. He practiced it Monday and Tuesday. Then Wednesday practiced it, took a videotape, overnighted it, sent it to Bill for comments.
Sent it to Billy Hall, got his reaction, worked on it the next couple of days. Talk about a great break, tripping the 2-8 out for a double.
Working ball, baby.
Asked him how long it would be until the confidence kicked in and he actually could trust it. He said still hasn't.
Yeah, and that's amazing you'd say that because he shot 2 300 games last night. Oh, 2 friends over there to look at the 10, and neither one of them took the 10 pin out. Here we see it again. The head pin goes to the sideboard, the side wall. There's one trying to lean on it. The head pin's just sitting there spinning around.
First semifinal match, Danny Wiseman, Walter Ray Williams Jr. Next up, Steve Jaros, looking for his 4th PBA crown. And the man that survived and the wild card, Dave Traber. He was kidding us last night. I mean, for the last 3 weeks, he says, yep, I'm the old man falling apart. I mean, he's had the bad knee, the bad neck, but the update, the medical update, just a twinge every now and again in the neck, and he's been doing, supposed to do some knee exercises, but I don't think he's been doing them religiously.
Well, yeah, Walter was on the injured reserve. Now he's like the rest of us. He's day-to-day. And Walter's trailing by 6, has not missed the pocket.
He was listed as probable on the injury report, right?
6 times.
Walter's obviously upset, and he has every right to be. He's flushed every ball in the left lane. He's got an open and 2 spares if he converts the 10 pin, which he will because Walter never misses a spare. And trails by 6.
Talk to him about the crowds like we've got here at the Johnny Petraglia Open, like we've had the last month or so. He said it's fun. All the bowlers get pumped up. You feed off them. Hard not to.
Well, the network's down. Bagel. Yeah, bagels. Blow for bagels.
Hey guys, can I come?
We're getting bagels.
Okay.
Network's down. You get a bagel?
Need a reliable network that keeps everything working? SBC SNET. We're on it.
You know, Bob, you should really advertise this dining room set.
A formal dining room?
This set is gorgeous.
Do you know the details are hand-carved?
You're kidding. Hand-carved?
And the table and 6 chairs are only $9.99. The china has laser-etched glass, plenty of storage, and is only $11.99.
How much for the whole set?
At the Uppity store with the famous brand name label, $4,000 or more. My price, $19.99.
That's half the price.
PBA Tour, $200,000 up for grab in this week's live Johnny Petraglia Open. Prize money up in the PBA 2001, 2002 by 140%. $20,000 for second, $40,000 for first. When you won your last title in '99, your first place check was?
16.
And it went for the new couch?
Yeah. The IRS got it all.
Later tonight, Linda Cohn, Reese Davis bring you all the day's highlights. Of course, across the Lincoln Tunnel, over there at Yankee Stadium, the World Series in action. And what a night at Madison Square Garden. MJ, Michael Jordan returns. All that and more, plus highlights of our Johnny Petraglia Open on SportsCenter.
His airness back in action tonight.
Reunited with his old coach, Doug Collins. Danny's on fire, just like that shirt. Working the crowd.
Right now, Danny's borrowed Walter Ray's horseshoe, making it work for him.
Come on, Walter!
Walter down by 16 is like, man, what else can I do except flush every ball? Danny's tripping the bucket out, tripping the 2-8 out. Oh, man.
Does it seem to you, you go back the last couple of weeks, that every week that Walter has run into, like Brian Hemmler, the Chief, or Jason Couch, I mean, he's running into the young Lions and the guys that are emotional.
He runs into the guys that are pumped up, emotional. You know, Walter's been on top for so long. Everybody's out to get Walter when they're on TV. And Walter's not exactly bulled bad on TV. I mean, not a lot of breaks. He's doing what he needs to do to win, but his opponents just either get more breaks or they outbowl him.
Last week, remember, he said, honestly, guys, he said, I've had so many breaks, it was stupid.
It's just not when it really counted on the telecast.
This week, here at the Johnny Petraglia Open, some scores, some other finishers in the round of 16. Speaking of Jason Couch, we got to be fair, his Redskins won.
Yeah, they did. They won big.
The hapless Giants.
No, that's all right. You'll get another phone call from Jason tomorrow.
Likes to bowl quickly, Walter does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Get up and go. Because a lot of the guys are way too slow. Down by 18. St. Peter's College represented here in New Jersey.
Got a great crowd here tonight. Great bowling fans here in New Jersey.
Besides the 4 steps, I mean, one of the things he's been working on, Danny, now has been the swing plane. Huh?
Trying to make the swing plane steeper. Get it steeper in the downswing, which creates more rotation at the point of release. Take a look at that intensity.
I said he was exotic, a little different. Working more on that vertical drop. Said he's not sure if he's there. Just can't feel it the way he wants to yet.
Well, Danny's a perfectionist. And he's a little hard on himself. I would say that it's probably working pretty well right now.
Pretty good, though, after taking the week off. But he needed that break. I mean, he was mentally baked.
Yeah, he needed the week off. Obviously, it helped this week. And right now, Walter Ray sees a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Danny Wiseman here leaving the 210. 17.8 miles an hour, the 19th board from our computer-aided tracking system.
Also added a couple of tattoos, which you cannot see. If he wins, he'll show them to you.
Yeah. Okay, here's the situation. Right now, Walter Ray Williams Jr. strikes the 9th and 10th frame. He will shoot 206. Danny Wiseman going at a 200 pace.
Trying to win this Johnny Petraglia Open back-to-back twice. Paige there. She may get a new closet after the tour of the house that they took us on a couple of weeks ago on the feature, right? A lot of folks sent in on Walter's website and says, how come your closet's about 4 times as big as Paige's?
Walter's just not, he's not a close hound. Right now, what we have is Walter Ray Williams Jr. striking out for 195. That would force Danny Wiseman to mark in the 10th frame.
Did you hear Walter say he can't believe it?
Should have won by 30 or 40.
Well, you hear him, you know, he's not that far off. He said he should have won by 30 or 40. Missed the puck at one time, left the 2-pin. Every other ball's been, all the other shots have been flush. Lost the match because of his own misfortune. Of course, that's going to fall. Of course, has to. It's the fill shot.
Only 5 pins Danny Wiseman needs to advance and keep this crowd on their feet. Three straight weeks that man has made it to the big show. And after a week off, Danny Wiseman into the championship match with a chance at $40,000. Everybody's going to take a week off now. Or get a sports psychologist like Chris Barnes has done. Traber, Jaros, when we come back live to New Brunswick.
What if there was a camera that required no film, that took pictures and shot video and was the size of a pen? Well, now there is, and it's called the Clever Cam because it's 3 cameras in one. Use it as a digital camera for still shots, a PC cam to talk to friends and family on the internet, and it's a mini camcorder that catches moving images. It's the size of a magic marker. In fact, it's so small, it's like having a spy camera. You'll even fool your friends. The Clever Cam never requires film and can be used again and again. It instantly takes and stores up to 360 pictures. That's the equivalent of 13 rolls of film. And when you're ready to view them, just load the software that's included, connect the camera to the USB port, and you can send picture or video to friends and family on the internet. The Clever Cam will take thousands of pictures and is Windows compatible. Print and manipulate pictures too. It's easy to add text or change the brightness or contrast of images. Just point and shoot. You'll always have a camera for precious moments. Because it's so lightweight, you really can take it anywhere. Just frame using the viewfinder and press the button. It uses 2 AAA batteries, powers up instantly, so you'll always get the shot. The Clever Cam captures up to 360 priceless memories or takes up to 45 seconds of streaming video. Other products are bulky and sell for up to $500 each and require expensive memory cards. The Clever Cam is smaller, quicker, and is yours for just 3 easy payments of $29.99. You'll receive the Clever Cam, complete with software, the USB connector cable, and the stand so you can use it as a PC cam when you call. But call right now, and we'll also include this suite of ArcSoft photo and video software, a $120 value, free, to help you make mini movies and manipulate pictures. That's a huge value for just 3 easy payments of $29.99. So call this number right now.
To order Clever Cam for only 3 easy payments of $29.99 plus shipping, call 1-800-231-4466 or send check or money order to the address on your screen. Call now to order 1-800-231-4466.
The $200,000 Johnny Petraglia Open, the 11th straight year that they have come here to New Jersey, just about 25 miles outside of Midtown Manhattan. You come through the Lincoln or the Holland Tunnel, and there is semifinal match number 1 with Hall of Famer Walter Ray Williams Jr. Junior succumbing to Danny Wiseman, who's made it into the championship match. So as we welcome you all back, if you were with us last week, well, on our pros approach, you saw Randy Peterson. He was kind of like that old Beatles song, Revolution, right? Revs, as it applies to the PBA Tour with Robert Smith. So let's check in on this week's pros approach and see what Randy's got in store for you.
Last week we showed you how Robert Smith lives by the big hook. But when the big hook doesn't hit the pocket, you're left with some real nasty stuff. So, Robert, is this a pretty common split for you?
Well, you know, Randall, this is definitely one of the splits I do leave when I tend to cut a ball short. Most people look at this as being an open frame, a 5-3 or a 5-4. I look at this as definitely being a makeable split. And what I'm going to do is give you my hints on how to make this. My first move is usually to get left as far as I can on the approach and try to shoot this much like just a typical 3-6-10 leave. But what I do is then try to shoot it at the 10 pin and give some hook to it to allow the ball some angle to get over into the 3 to catch the 4 pin sliding over. And what I'll do now is try to show you how it's done.
That was fantastic, Robert. Listen, when you throw the big hook ball and you leave that ugly stuff down there, don't look at it as an open frame. Take a page out of Robert Smith's book and learn how to make extreme spares.
And a nice look at the pros approach. Welcome back to ESPN, the PBA Tour here, North Brunswick, New Jersey. Last week,
take a look at this leave that Robert Smith leaves here. Again, you saw it in the piece. He's left enough of those. He knows how to make them.
Upcoming events as the PBA Tour 2001-2002 revitalized rolls on. This will be our semi-final match when we come back, along with Hall of Famer Johnny Petraglia.
Boomerang. Hello, everybody. I'm Bill Dance. You know, there's simply no such thing as a miracle in fishing, but the Boomerang Fishing Pro comes as close as you can get. This amazing tackle accessory brings your soft plastics to life, and it keeps your bait in the strike zone, which means you're going to catch more and bigger fish. Just a twitch of the rod triggers the Boomerang's automatic recoil for a lifelike spastic action that drives fish crazy, especially inactive fish. The Boomerang is the buzz right now with all America's best fishing writers in all the top magazines. But don't just take my word for it, just watch.
Introducing the Boomerang Fishing Pro, the amazing accessory that turns any bait into wild, wiggling, crazy baits. Just add the Boomerang to any bait. Pull one way and the Boomerang recoils back, keeping the bait in the strike zone with a push-pull spastic action that triggers the attack. Boomerang top to bottom with crickets, grasshoppers, minnows, worms, any soft plastic. Boomerang for big bass, colossal northern pike, walleye, trout, and panfish. Call now and we'll throw you this incredible Boomerang offer for just $19.95. You get 4 boomerangs, 25 hooks, a dozen crickets and hoppers, 8 wild wiggle minnows, 2 glider weights, and all the hardware. You get it all for just $19.95. Order now and get Bill Dance's how-to video, tips booklet, and his favorite Riverside crawbugs. And that's not all. The first 100 callers get this 40-piece soft plastic set free. Get it all. A $60 value for just $19.95. And if you're not completely satisfied, send it back. But keep the soft plastics as our free gift. If you want to catch big fish like the big boys, Boomerang! Call now.
The Boomerang Fishing Pro brings any bait to life, and it'll catch you more fish than you'll ever believe. Guaranteed.
ESPN's live coverage of the PBA Tour, and there is the Hall of Famer, Johnny Petraglia. Fabulous year back in 1971. This was the Hall of Famer bowling this summer. But back in 71, that man, our host, had 5 wins, including 3 in a row. Michael who? Yeah, he's playing at the Garden. Johnny Petraglia is in the PBA Hall of Fame. We talk about 5 wins, 3 in a row, Randy. About 85,000. But Randy got online today, did a little figuring. What'd that total up to at today's PBA purses?
Got 450,000. John, you're a few years too late. Welcome.
Oh, thanks, Randy. Thanks, Jim. It's great being here. The tournament all week has gone terrific, and so far So far, the guys that bowled the best have been pretty unlucky. That's Walter bowled a tremendous game, the last game, and just couldn't knock the 10 out.
It's hard for people watching. They don't really understand how you can say, I bowled a really good 180 game.
Well, they just got done watching that. And, you know, when Danny shot those 300s, Randy, yesterday, he was on 37 and 8, 35 and 6. Plays a little bit tougher, especially lane 36. It's a little more skid flippy. And I think Traber, because he's going so direct, could be really tough today.
That was the same thing I was thinking. The guys that are trying to hook it are having a little bit of trouble getting the ball to the pocket consistently. We take a look at Steve Jaros for the first time. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of ball reaction he has. A little bit straighter than normal for Steve.
Wow, what a terrific move by Steve. Steve likes to really go around, and he's trying to play him like Traber and Walter did and get the ball on top of the pocket. He's doing great.
Now, the key was that match against Tim Chris. He was up 2-0, but he's seen an 0-2 turnaround and said Tim's reaction was getting better and better, and actually Tim had a chance to make it to a 5th, didn't he?
His reaction was, Tim's reaction was getting better. Steve's was getting worse. Oh, look at the messenger come flying across. He didn't want that match to continue on to 4 and 5 games. His reaction's deteriorating.
You know, he's from, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, John.
He's from Chicago. In Chicago, they call that slamming the dime. That's the expression they use there.
Well, straight and hard is the only way this guy goes. You know, the adjustments that he needs to make when he drifts high, leaving the 4-pin like he did, is not moving his feet a whole lot, just picking up his ball speed. There's one thing that Traber can do and that's throw it hard.
National Hockey Night on ESPN. Wednesday night hockey presented by Nextel. The St. Louis Blues up against the Colorado Avalanche. Patrick Roy, Joe Sakic and company. The defending Stanley Cup champion Lanch. I believe it's their 301st consecutive sellout. Is that possible?
They love their hockey.
Johnny Petraglia never paid for a Jersey Devils ticket, right? You just call your buddies up there.
Well, Jim, it's really great having you here, in New Jersey and watching the tournament. Hope for many years to come. This continues.
You never thought when I worked at Channel 10 in Philadelphia I'd make it all the way up the pike here to your bowling center.
I knew you would, Jim. Wait to tell. My cousin Steve told me you would be here.
Steve with a strike in 1 and 2. A little bit of a pressure on this man. I mean, Johnny, you can relate. It's the first time that he's been bowling really as a free agent, as he described it. We talked a little bit last night about the pressure of trying to travel with and support your family.
Oh, right. Steve had twins, and he's pretty much on his own now, and $40,000 is a lot of money, and if you've been going along just sort of getting checks and breaking even week to week, when you get your shot like this, you really want to jump out on it, because one tournament can make an entire year. That's Keith Swerdloff. He's our area manager here. He runs 10 centers and does a great job. He really worked hard this whole year for this tournament.
You know, I think the biggest thing of Steve Jaros becoming a free agent is now he's got access to all the equipment out there. And there was a time where, a period of time where he had to pick and choose and weed through all of the equipment to come up with a few bowling balls that fit his game.
Exactly. When Steve had to figure out what kind of weight block am I looking for, high differential, low differential, what's going to work the best for me, what's going to carry, it takes a long time to sort it out. Now he's got it. He's a tremendous talent. It's just a question of putting it all together.
We talked about Dave's parents watching in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. They actually started him bowling when he was about 7 years old.
He was using a 16-pounder, I think, when he was 7. Pretty big guy. I think the thing that's interesting when you watch Dave Traber's style is that he doesn't have a whole lot of knee bend. You see the 6-pin wrapping right around the 10. Doesn't have a whole lot of knee bend, and he lofts the ball. And I think the two kind of go hand in hand. But also that loft delays his hook and really makes for a straighter shot. Well, that was the last thing that you would expect Dave to do, is miss a single-pin spare.
that's really got to shake him. He usually never misses one-pin spares, hardly ever. I mean, his whole game, because he goes so direct, is based on staying clean through the whole game, and that's very unusual for him.
And the lanes being as difficult as they are to get to the pocket, you know, the one thing you want to avoid is open frames. He needs to erase that from his memory. Start striking.
You know, when he's back home in Woodstock, Illinois, and practices, he has the luxury of oiling the lanes himself. Is that a help?
That's a tremendous help if you can figure out exactly what the Pro Tour is going to be like. If you can get information on the way that they're going to be doing the lanes, do them the same way, and then practice it, you can really be ready for the tour. The biggest thing now is not only bowling well, but practicing on what kind of condition you're going to have to bowl on.
I agree, Johnny. The one thing that, you know, he did do with the lane conditions, he made them real tough. He made the pattern really flat, so where there wasn't a buildup of oil in the middle to give you free hold, and there wasn't any dry boards to the right, which would give you swing. Just made the lanes flat, made him have to repeat shots and hit his target. Last shot on the right lane, he got it a little bit wide, left a 2-pin, and normally what happens 9 times out of 10 is the guy compensates for that. This ball drifts high, leaves the 4-9. A chance.
Well, the scoring pace is going on very similar to the way it did all week. I thought this was really a perfect week, Randy and Jim. It was every kind of game got there. It didn't matter if you went straight, if you went around, if you were left-handed, if you were right-handed. Took about a 206 average to make that first cut, a little bit higher to make the second cut to the top 32, as it should. And then, depending on the pair you caught in match play, there were low matches, high matches. It was all there. It was really how well the people bowled that
130 of the PBA's best came here. Our host, Johnny Petraglia, great to have you here. We are live in North Brunswick. Johnny Petraglia Open, 40,000 on the line and bowling like this.
This year is a special time to visit New Jersey. We're celebrating the 225th anniversary of the American Revolution, and we're honoring yesterday's heroes and those who fight for liberty today.
People always fall for New Jersey, whether it's picking pumpkins
or golfing.
Don't forget Atlantic City.
How about a little fishing?
Of course, there's always shopping.
Of course. This fall, see for yourself, New Jersey and you.
Perfect together.
For your free vacation kit, call 1-800-VISIT-NJ.
We helped you find her a good pediatrician. We sent you a free peak flow meter to monitor her asthma. Now you can't catch her standing still. Runs like the wind, swims like a fish. Still, we wish she'd slow down on that dock. What do you expect? We're your health plan.
Like a lot of organizations, ESPN was having trouble with their carpet. So they had me install a more natural surface. This grass we install is the best. It's a good Bermuda.
No hot water on that, okay? Yeah, that'll set the sting.
It lays down very, very pretty.
Still to come on SportsCenter the rest of the night in the NBA.
Wherever you are, I mean, there's nothing more beautiful than grass.
Back in North Brunswick, New Jersey, the Brunswick Zone Carolier, the Johnny Petraglia Open. That's Jamie Petraglia and John Jr. with Dad right there. You think she's a Danny Wiseman fan? Her outfit matches Danny's In Fuego shirt. Well, what is David doing right?
Take a look at this. Is the most important thing. This is what makes these guys so good. Week in and week out, look at the speed control. A little hiccup right here, getting the ball a little bit wide. Other than that, some pretty good shots being thrown by Dave Traber. Only has one strike to show for it.
Go, Davey.
There's the reason why. Only one strike so far in 6 frames. Bad carry. Talked to a few of the players this week. They did mention the fact that they had trouble carrying the corner pins, leaving solid 9s like Dave Traber just did. Watch this ball. It's going to go just a shade high. It goes right by the 9-pin. That's why there's only 1 strike on the scoreboard for Dave Traber.
I like what he said about playing on similar conditions at 39, not 40 feet. He said, what's the difference? It's the same gook.
Yeah, it's the same Wesson oil we're bowling on out here. Right now, he's just got to find a way to strike. I mean, he's hitting the pocket. He's getting the ball to the 1-3. His entry angle into the pins is probably not what's needed right now to carry.
How about the loft on the ball? What makes that significant?
Watch this.
There you go.
Finally got a hit. What that does, Jim, is it delays the hook. When that ball's in the air, it can't hook. It's got nothing to grab. Talked about how bad his breaks were. Take a look at this break. Head pin goes to the sidewall. Comes hunting for the 10. Get out of my way.
Yeah, that was a little better.
A little self-talk from Steve Jaros, saying it was a little bit better, referring to the way he threw that shot. Ball drifted high, still leaving the 4-pin.
When Steve's out here on television, he's a little bit superstitious. I mean, he only bowls in outfits that he's been successful and bowled in before. About his footwork, well, feet don't fail me now. The Dexter feature.
My Dexter solution for this week was the number 5 horseshoe heel with the number 8 slide sole. This week I found the approaches a little bit more slippery. This combination enabled me to really control my slide. Being more of a power stroker, I rely on medium ball speed and good solid footwork to create the leverage necessary to get in and really open the lane up with the guys that hook it.
Footwork, the key to everyone's leverage. And leverage is what enables you to make good shots. Right over the second arrow. 10 in the pit.
One of the things he was talking about last night was he used so much energy to qualify. He was wondering what he would have left in the tank for the TV show.
Well, Dave Traber's got a little bit of the Walter deal going, where when his ball hits the pocket, it gets nothing but 9. That's a tough situation. You know, you're doing all you can. The lanes are tough. You're getting the ball to the 1-3, throwing every shot in the jar, and all you're doing is getting 9 every other shot. Or in Dave's case, every shot but 2.
Well, if you'd like to know who won the inaugural Johnny Petraglia Open back in '91, simply log on to the PBA's official website, PBA.com. The site features archived tournament results from every PBA stop, along with the latest tournament standings, schedules, stats, live chat sessions, and much more. So check it out at PBA.com.
Come on, Trey.
Well, that ball drifted high. Again, not a real good break. Even though the ball went through the face, you know, he could have caught a break and tripped the 7-pin out. Instead, he leaves himself 6, 7, 10. Dave's got to get the ball over into this position, slide the 6 over into the 7. Good try. Just caught too much of the 6-pin.
Possible 227 now for Steve. The 10-pin has been a little pesky tonight.
It's glued down. Guys are doing what they're supposed to do. They're getting the ball to the pocket. 9 every ball. Figure out the tough part about this is when you try to figure out carrier, try to figure out a way to strike when your ball hits the pocket. Sometimes you lose your angle, you lose the pocket altogether, and then you fall into the trap of not even being able to hit the pocket. So right now, you take your medicine, you hit the pocket, you make 9 spare.
In Peoria, the round of 32, missed the cut just outside of Nashville. The round of 16 at Indy, missed the cut in Grand Rapids. And in Taylor, Michigan, in Detroit, the round of 64. He'll be the first to tell you that he has never been the best match play bowler, huh?
Well, I always thought Steve was a pretty good match play bowler, whether or not he thinks so. But, you know, this new format is all about match play and match play situations and winning matches. And right now he's won another, and he's going to advance to the championship round.
Well, he told us last night he didn't think he was the best match play bowler. Problem is, every time you bowl, he says you can go home. And with 2 young mouths to feed, he said there's always something to pay off. Worst he'll do this week is $20,000 at the Johnny Petraglia Open. If he wins, $40,000, the championship match. Danny Wiseman up against Steve Jaros. When we come right back live to North Brunswick.
Is it 5/16 or 9/32? Does it take a standard socket or metric? What you need is the Gator Grip, the amazing socket that works on over 1,000 nuts, bolts, and fasteners. Watch, no matter what size fastener, nut, bolt, wing nut, square nut, eye bolt, hook, most anything, Gator Grip holds on tight to finish the job quickly and easily. Now hang a plant, work under the hood, fix a motorcycle, even set up a Christmas tree stand. Gator Grip replaces a complete toolbox and fits in your pocket, motorcycle, on your belt, or bike. The secret are these retractable steel rods that form to fit most any size or shape. Then locked in place, just turn and tighten. Look, this man is using a regular socket set. He has to change with every bolt. But this man is using the Gator Grip. There's no fumbling, no searching, no changing. He's done. Gator Grip is strong enough to handle up to 150 foot-pounds of torque, so breaking free a rusted nut is no problem. It can remove recessed, odd-shaped, even damaged and stripped nuts and bolts. Amazing! Ow, that's a pain in your hands. But with the Gator Grip, it's a breeze. Why spend hundreds on all these tools? All you need is the Gator Grip that fits over 1,000 nuts, bolts, and fasteners for only $19.95. But it gets better. You'll also receive this high-speed adapter that connects Gator Grip to your power drills and drivers. Drive in metal bolts with ease. Quickly install protective shutters or put together a bicycle super fast. Yours free. Call right now and we'll include this heavy-duty ratcheting handle. Keep one in the kitchen drawer for repairing a sink or turning a broken water spigot. Together, it's all you need. Yours free. Gator Grip comes with a lifetime replacement warranty. If it ever breaks or fails, we'll replace it free for life.
Call 1-800-652-6006 to order your Gator Grip for just $19.95 or send check or money order to this address. This incredible offer won't last, so call 1-800-652-6006.
42nd Street, that famed street in New York. Disney is right there, you bet. And all those Broadway shows, Les Miserables, David Letterman's theater there. David and his company, Worldwide Pants, the producer of Ed, big fan of bowling, and in semifinal match number 2, Steve advances, defeating the wild card, 195 to 172. There is the shirt that Randy has described as in fuego, some bright orange. There is behind Danny, the young Miss Jamie Petraglia, but Danny's not the only clothes horse out here, eh?
You know, it seemed like in the bowling world, we always had to kind of go outside of the industry, outside of the pro shops to find the really sweet stuff. You know, the double mercerized, the really nice rayons.
Originally, we went to NXT to have them manufacture our dress shoes. And we got together and they showed us their shirts and stuff.
We found out that they were providing the attire for the cast of the show Ed, which is a very catchy TV show, and they are more representative of the true bowling look. They look like the kind of bowler that I want to look like.
We just saw a perfect synergy because Brian and I have a wonderful branding tool, the PBA and the television.
Our role is just to get out there and get on TV and win tournaments, which we're pretty good at.
You know, more people participate in bowling as a sport than any other sport in the world, so our market is huge. We want the people who go into a pro shop looking for apparel to be able to buy something stylish. And we're going to give it to them.
You're not only buying a bowling shirt or bowling shoes. You can take these shirts and wear them to dance clubs, wear them to restaurants, which is, I think, one of the appealing ideas about this concept. Bowling is a sport. It's different from all the other sports, and it needs a bowling look.
Some of the styles that they're wanting to wear are the retro type styles or the classic look. Or
I take pride in what I do.
I want to bowl, and I desire to be the best bowler in the world.
Our job is to go out there and bowl, which we both love to do. I love bowling. I've always taken a lot of pride in the way I look, and I want others to do the same thing.
We want to lend style to bowling as a sport.
I want to feel like I've played a part in the successful way that people look when they bowl.
We wanted to lend our support in the development of the product with performance and with the styles.
I want people when they bowl and the way that they look to look good. That's the bottom line. Look good. NXT, look good.
There's Jamie Petraglia. I guess she'll be pulling for Danny. And as we check the Bear brackets, we're into the championship match with $40,000 on the line. Danny Wiseman in search of PBA crown number 9 up against Steve Jaros. Jaros, 195 over Traber to 172. Steve looks for his 4th PBA crown.
Hey, the Ovaltine man! Yeah!
No kid can resist the taste of rich chocolate Ovaltine.
This is so good! And chocolatey! This is great chocolate milk. Is it Nesquik? Get real. It's rich chocolate Ovaltine.
Kids love Ovaltine's rich chocolate taste. And Ovaltine adds vitamins and minerals that Nesquik powder doesn't. So why give them Nesquik when you can give them more? And there are more vitamins and minerals in Ovaltine.
Ovaltine rocks!
More Ovaltine, please!
Little Jake needs to pick up the 10-pin to win the Junior League Championship.
You're short of breath. There's pain in your chest. You may be having a heart attack. Now what do? Call an ambulance? Good. And take Bear aspirin. It's now been proven that aspirin can do more than help prevent second heart attacks. Now Bear may actually help stop you from dying if you take it during a heart attack. Talk to your doctor now. Do you know where your Bear is? Bear. Take it for pain. Take it for life.
Hey, the Ovaltine man! Yeah!
No kid can resist the taste of rich chocolate Ovaltine.
This is so good! And chocolatey! This is great chocolate milk. Is it Nesquik? Get real. It's rich chocolate Ovaltine.
Kids love Ovaltine's rich chocolate taste. And Ovaltine adds vitamins and minerals that Nesquik powder doesn't. So why give them Nesquik when you can give them more? And there are more vitamins and minerals in Ovaltine.
Ovaltine rocks!
More Ovaltine, please!
Taking no chances with Halloween. As America is put on a high state of alert, cities and towns go all out to protect our children. A closer look at the plans to keep them safe. Tomorrow, turn to Peter Jennings and World News Tonight.
Welcome back live. $40,000 on the line. Steve Jaros with those 2 youngsters. A couple of young mouths to feed. And this man, the exotic one, the free spirit. Likes to listen to music like Godsmack and Korn. Not exactly your average CD there. That boy is not on entirely low lead.
Well, Danny Wiseman's got the nice shirt going. He's in the championship match.
Now he's going to let his ball do his talking.
How about taking a week off, revamping everything, working on your vertical plane, your footwork, and making it to the championship match?
It's pretty amazing. I mean, he had a lot of stuff that he was working on, and to piece it all together in 1 week's time.
One of the changes that this man has made has been to his mental outlook. He and his wife and the youngsters travel around in a motorhome, and he was having some confidence problems. He talked about it. Said his wife said, just think more positive.
Steve gets down on himself. You know, it's easy to do when you get in a rut out here.
Also used a lot of the regionals to build up his confidence, didn't he, Randy?
Yeah, he did. The regional tours, regional events that he's bowled in, they've been using a sport condition. A lot of the tournaments, he's gotten a lot of practice on this condition. He's made the adjustments, in his game, taking his game to another level to combat the real tough sport condition.
And he's thought about that sports psychology. He's not committed to it yet, but he sees the result by Chris Barnes and a lot of the other guys, so he is weighing the opportunity.
Yeah, I think he realizes that. There's times when he gets a little down on himself. When he needs to stay positive, it's hard for him to get that mental positive picture going, and it affects his game.
Beat Hall of Famer Walter Ray Williams Jr. in the semifinal by those scores, 210 to 184. And the perfectionist bowls with perfection to get things underway. A double.
You can see the line that Danny Wiseman's playing, the inside line. His ball enters the pocket. He gets 10.
Just like he did last night. Not one, but two 300 games.
Right off my hand. Daggone it.
So Danny said it. He lost the ball off his hand. He didn't get the revolutions and the rotation on the ball that he wanted. Take a look here at the bottom of the swing. Just misses it. And at that point, he's going, oh, God, please hook. Leave one of those ugly splits that I saw Robert Smith make and leave.
He worked on that four-step delivery. We saw it at Virginia Beach. Remember last year?
You know, when he first came out on tour, he had a four-step approach. Modified it somewhat, added an extra step. It's a lot easier to go from 4 to 5, in my opinion, than it is to go from 5 to 4. Going from 4 to 5, all you're doing is adding a motion step. There's no movement with your push away. Just adding an extra step.
A lot of action around the tri-state area. We're live here in North Brunswick, New Jersey, in Sports Center with Linda Cohn and Reese Davis coming up. Later tonight on the Worldwide Leader, 8 o'clock out west, 11 o'clock on the east. Michael Jordan returns, Madison Square Garden. And, of course, President Bush throughout the first pitch. Yankee Stadium tonight. What's this? George W., MJ, Yankees, and the PBA. You got it.
Some guys over across the bridge getting their whooping stick on tonight at Yankee Stadium. The big double there for Steve Jaros. Take a look here at Steve's release. He's got his wrist inverted, broken back, which is a real weak position. But on the way down, he gets back up underneath it, and that follow-through going over his right shoulder. And the results are real good. Danny Wiseman trails by 1.
And he's using, by the way, Randy, 2 different balls on the left and the right. One weaker, one stronger.
Looks like he needs a little bit more bite on the right lane. You notice the thing that I think that really stands out with the changes that Danny made in this past week is his ball speed's a lot slower, a lot softer than it was. And what that does is it gives his ball a lot more time to react. Stronger ball in the right lane, weaker ball in the left.
You thought I didn't notice.
That was a pretty good call, by the way, partner. Then he gets this ball in the switch zone. Head pin going to the sidewall. Watch this reaction. He's smoking.
Steve now spared in 1 and 2, strikes in 3 and 4.
No backing down from this guy. Waited for this for a long time. He's worked long and hard. Talking with his wife June in between stops as they're driving to in between stops with the kids, talking about what he needs to do mentally. He wants to take advantage of the situations that he's in now. 6 frame, 1 pin lead. Almost a terrible break, Jim, almost leaving the 7-10 split.
He leaves that. June would have hopped in the motorhome and left him.
Yeah. Saved him a lot of pins there. Saved him a bunch there if he goes 9 or 8-1.
Could have been worse.
It's been his wife, June, that's told him to think more positive. Steve will tell you he's never been the most positive thinker. The championship match, Danny Wiseman, Steve Jaros.
The new TNN.
We have engaged the Borg. Fire.
New TNN.
Initiate coma maneuver.
The new TNN.
Engage.
The new TNN.
America's fastest growing TV network. The new TNN.
Big savings on brake service. Stop into Meineke. You'll get 50% off, lifetime brake pads and shoes. But you better hurry before these big savings are gone.
At Meineke, you won't pay a lot, but you'll get a lot.
This is Bowflex, an entire gem in one easy-to-use machine. We guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. Call right now for a free video and brochure. Bowflex, the power is yours.
The Stanley Cup champions and their Western Conference final foes are at it again. McInnes leads the Blues to Colorado to take on Sakic and the Avs. As both teams try to shake loose from the pack. And trick or treat, ESPN Wednesday Night Hockey counts down the 10 best goalie masks in hockey history. To vote, log on to ESPN.com and watch Wednesday. Blues Avalanche, 8 p.m. Wednesday on ESPN.
Some of the crystals still to be awarded. $40,000 in the championship match. Danny and Steve, the PBA's best. Chris Barnes, Norm Duke, Jason Couch, everybody rolling on for the inaugural Greater Cincinnati Classic just across the Ohio River from the Queen City, not far from Turfway Park. And the PBA back on Sunday afternoons. That's 5 o'clock Eastern Time. That's Sunday. Mark it down. Coming to you just outside the Queen Cities. Then Long Island with the finals up in Connecticut and some great regional action, which Steve has used to get himself into the championship match here.
Some great regional action all across the country. Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and a senior event, Arrowhead Lanes.
Tell you what, I don't think anybody's at class at St. Peter's College tonight. They are all here.
They're definitely not home studying. They know where the action's at.
And you wonder how many classes Danny went to. I'll bet he was pretty good at cutting class, don't you think? Can you imagine some of the excuses he came up with as a professor?
Take a look at Danny's speed here. Again, model of consistency. And look at the direction, the boards that he's hitting at the arrows. And the results. It's good stuff. That's why he's got a double spare 3-bagger.
Five strikes and 6 frames for Danny. And the pesky 10 again. All night, it's like Velcro.
That ball entered the pocket a little weak, left a flat 10. Looked like he tried to get a little bit more on that shot, so he turned the corner on the left lane. Using the stronger ball in the right lane, using the weaker ball in the left lane, maybe. Just maybe, using the stronger ball in the left lane as well. Get the ball to enter the pocket a little bit harder, just enough to get the 10 out.
Tell you whose phone's going to be ringing is Bill Hall.
Oh. Yeah. Bill doesn't care about his phone ringing. He just wants to see the check in the mailbox.
It's been a couple of years since Steve has been to the winner's circle. Something to prove to himself that he can finish things off.
Real solid. He's pulled a solid game. 2 10-pins and a 7-pins. The only thing that he's left. You heard him say he's got to make a shot on this lane, meaning the left lane, but he made a shot on this lane. Steve Jaros really up the back with his hand release instead of on the side. Keeping his hand underneath the ball, up the back of the ball is going to give you a straighter line.
Last time Steve won in Chattanooga, he was the 13th player in the PBA history to roll a televised 300 game. Beat Ricky Ward back then. This man had 2 300 games last night. You don't think they were on their feet here, huh?
They were getting after it last night here. Right now, Danny Wiseman trails by 1, 8th frame. That's the word for the night. When the guys let go of the ball, they're yelling carry. It's the only thing that slowed him down.
Did he hurt his right hand?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
It's really been sensitive.
Well, he tapes his fingers up. You see, as he puts his hand, his thumb's taped up, his fingers are taped up. He's got the finger grips that go inside the finger holes, and they tend to cut his fingers. He finally, you see what happened? He finally got the hit he wanted on the left lane. Right now, here's the situation. Steve Jaros coming up in the 9th frame, right lane. If he strikes out, he shoots 258. Danny Wiseman strikes out, he shoots 257.
Oh, God, no. Come on, Steve, good shot. God, that was good.
A terrible time to leave a solid 10. Just a bad break, makes the shot he wanted.
Steve at a 237 clip. 5th at the battle at Little Creek at Virginia Beach earlier in this 2001 campaign. Danny's best effort, 3rd in the Japan Cup over in Tokyo.
Jim, here's the situation. Steve Jaros gets up in the 10th frame. Strikes out, he shoots 237. Danny Wiseman going at a 237 pace. Would need the first strike in the 10th frame to win. Right now, Steve Jaros needs the strike right here. It looked just like the same hit on the right lane, except this time it was 10 instead of 9.
Well, for a guy who, in his own words, didn't think he was the most successful match play bowler, he's acquitted himself quite well tonight, huh?
He's done very well. Right now he's looking to throw 2 more strikes in the 10th frame. Put the heat on Danny Wiseman. As soon as he let go of it, he looked down at the foul line. He had trouble with his approach. Like he might have stuck. Take a look here. Right as he lets go of it, he looks right down, immediately down at the foul line, causing him to pull the ball left. The situation, Danny Wiseman getting up in the 10th frame on the right lane, needs a mark to win the Johnny Petraglia Open and $40,000. What a tremendous shot by Danny Wiseman under the pressure.
Bill Hall, he sent him the videotapes. Took a week off, went to the 4-step delivery, practiced Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's Danny's mom, Ms. Dorothy Potter.
Bill Hall's worked with a lot of great players on our tour. Norm Duke, Danny Wiseman. I've worked with Billy before. He's a great guy. He knows a lot about the game of bowling.
That's why I didn't use that ball here.
Two different balls on the left and right-hand lane, one weaker, one stronger. We'll come back and crown our champion and award the $40,000, and you'll hear from the exotic one. He's the champion of this Johnny Petraglia Open.
This is it. The collection you've been waiting for is finally here. Easy Rock. Over 2 hours of pure mellow gold on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes. You can order this collection online at MusicSpace.com.
If you like pina coladas.
Every hit on Easy Rock has that perfect pop sound that topped the charts and ruled the airwaves. You can't get this 32-track collection in any store. There has never been a collection like Easy Rock, and these songs sound better than ever. Why wait? Order this collection by Rush Delivery. It feels so right. Get Easy Rock now. To order, call the number on your screen or log on to MusicSpace.com.
The story of his death inspired the movie Brian Song. On Friday, the story of his life will inspire us all.
He was my friend. He was everybody's friend.
Brian Piccolo, Sports Century, 8 p.m. Friday on ESPN Classic.
Well, you can hear it's a pretty emotional moment right here as we're back and about to crown our champion at this Johnny Petraglia Open. We talked about it at the top of the telecast, and you told us last night. I mean, you were baked and fried. You were about a step away from Sunnydale Happy Home there for a while. Took the week off, right? I mean, you said you couldn't beat half the field in Grand Rapids. I mean, there's a ladies professional or ladies amateur team here called the Woodpeckers that bowled pretty good. You couldn't beat half the Woodpeckers, could you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Boy, let me tell you, I did take that week off, and I needed to just unwind. I changed a few things in my game, and I most definitely would love to thank Billy Hall. He's the greatest coach in the world. We did it over the phone, emails, everything, and you know, it worked out this week. I was very fortunate. Steve bowled a great game. I would definitely love to thank everybody here at the Bowling Center at Brunswick Zone. Dean and his staff did a great job. What a week. This is unreal.
How about the crowd getting behind you like that?
Absolutely helps. I guess I was on a little fire tonight, huh?
How about two different bowling balls, one weaker, one stronger? Explain the difference.
Well, the ball that I used all week, I just didn't get a good look with. The one that I used on the right lane, I got a really good look with. During the week, it didn't work. The left lane was tricky. There was just a hang spot down the lane, and I hit it a couple times during the game with Walter, and I'm very fortunate to be here. Walter bowled a great game. Let me tell you, he just drilled the pocket, and again, I'm very fortunate. It's just my week, and next week we all start over again. So
there's a live shot of your mom up there. She's pretty proud, right?
Absolutely.
Right? Dorothy Parker, way to go. Do a little play-by-play. Take us, watch your 10th frame right here on the monitor.
That was pretty good. I got it right where I want it, right that right spot where the ball just rolled through the pins, and I knew it when I let it go. Just all week. I mean, last night when I was bowling Dave and I shot those 2-300s, just every shot I could just tell, I could feel something that I haven't felt in a long time, and it's so far so good. We'll see. We got plenty more weeks to go. So.
You got to tell the people here, because last night when we talked to you, I asked you about the confidence factor after the changes you made, and you said the confidence factor wasn't there at all. Did it kick in today at some point?
Well, I love bowling on TV, so you know, it's showtime, and hopefully I did pretty good tonight. I think. The confidence is coming back. Again, Bill Hall, he's a great coach, and we still got a little work to do, buddy, but I'm getting there. So thank you.
We talked about you being a little bit exotic, a little bit different, but you feed off the emotion that you generate, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, I just try to be a little bit different. Try to just be my own person. Some people like it, some people don't, but it's me, you know. And I like to showcase everything. So hopefully everybody loves it. I don't know.
We'll see you in Cincinnati, all right? 5 o'clock Eastern time. There's your champion. Don't forget, coming up next, Shell's Wonderful World of Golf, the PBA Tour rolling on. It's Shigeki Murayama up against the Walrus Craig Stadler. Our champion here, winning the Johnny Petraglia Open, Danny Wiseman. For Randy Peterson, all our PBA team, we'll say so long. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more